A very busy day for phone releases, so let's just get right into it with what we got from Huawei and Honor. The Huawei Enjoy 10 Plus was released today, and think of this as more or less an Honor 9X Pro just released under the Huawei brand. There are some key differences between the two phones, but they share a lot of the same specs too. So this has a 6.6 inch LCD screen, a pop-up camera and a 4000 mAh battery, a triple camera consisting of a 48 megapixel main sensor, an ultra wide and a depth sensor. Those specs are identical to the Honor 9X Pro. The big difference comes in the processor used. The Honor 9X Pro has a Kirin 810 processor that is Huawei's brand new mid-range chip, whereas the Enjoy 10 Plus uses last year's mid-range chip, the Kirin 710, although there is an F after the chipset, so it looks like that chipset has maybe been overclocked to produce a slightly better performance from the chipset. Because it doesn't have the more expensive newer chipset, the price is a little bit cheaper than the Honor 9X Pro. To confuse things even more, Honor released the Play 3 phone today. This also has a lot of similarities with the Enjoy 10 Plus and the Honor 9X. A 4000 mAh battery, a triple camera with a 48 megapixel main and an ultra wide and a depth sensor. So that is all the same. It uses the Kirin 710F processor as we see included in the Huawei Enjoy 10 Plus. But instead of having a pop-up camera, it has a hole punch cutout, which is apparently 30% smaller than other cutouts used by Honor. And the screen is smaller overall. It's 6.4 inches as compared to 6.6 inches in the other two phones, although that is the cheapest of the bunch, coming in at around 1000 RMB. I must admit, Huawei and Honor just have so many phones around 1000 to 2500 RMB that all use extremely similar or the same specs with some slight differences. So it's really difficult to know which one you should buy. In the same price category, Realme today unveiled the Realme Q in China. The Realme Q is a brand just for China, and today they released the Realme Q 48 megapixel camera in a quad camera setup with a Snapdragon 712. Essentially, if you live outside of China, this phone is called the Realme 5 Pro. It's the same phone, but they just have slightly different brands for in and outside of China. Realme also announced that the 13th of September is the official launch date for the Realme XT. This is the 64 megapixel camera phone that will go head to head with the Redmi Note 8 Pro. Both of them use the same 64 megapixel sensor in a quad camera setup. The main differences between those two phones is the processor used, the 712 in the Realme XT, with the Redmi Note 8 Pro using the MediaTek G90T. And the Realme XT will have an OLED screen with an under-screen fingerprint sensor, whereas the Redmi Note 8 Pro uses an LCD screen with a fingerprint sensor on the back. And if you're into gaming phones, Nubia released the Red Magic 3S today, which is a slight upgrade on the Red Magic 3. It features a Snapdragon 855 Plus, UFS 3.0 storage, a 90 Hz refresh rate screen. Very standard specs for these gaming phones now to all have at least a 90 Hz refresh rate screen, the 855 Plus processor with fast storage, and that's starting at 3000 RMB, so that puts it in direct competition to the Black Shark from Xiaomi. So with Realme announcing that mid-September is the launch for the Realme XT worldwide, and the Redmi Note 8 Pro not being released outside of China for another month or so, let me know your thoughts. Do you want to jump in and get the 64 megapixel camera sensor with the Realme XT, or would you wait for the Redmi Note 8 Pro? Send me a comment and let me know. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.